Hi, what's going on, guys? This is Wayne with Tri-County Locksmith Service, and today we're going to be checking out the Walter drill bits. This is their jobber set. Comes in a nice round container. It's orange, so it's highly visible. A lot of the other containers are black. You know, they kind of get lost in a work truck. But this one has a nice bright orange. It's also got a little hook right here, so you can hook it on stuff, or you can strap it onto a belt or something. It's just got a few more options than your basic round case. You know, with so many drill bit options out there, a lot of the higher quality bits, you know, are pretty equal in performance, but sometimes it's the nice little extra things like that that actually make the container and the drill bit more accessible and more convenient and more useful to you. This is their SST Plus. This is their round shank Tiger. It is a 135 degree bit, so 135 degree split point. We can take a look at what that looks like. Most of your lighter duty stuff is going to be 118 degrees, and you can see it's got a nice oil to it and a very nice split point edge. I'm pretty sure these are their Cobalt ones. It doesn't say Cobalt on here, but I am 99% sure that these are a Cobalt bit. So they're going to be the harder bit. This is their more hardened steel, industrial steel drill bit that's going to drill the hardest steel that they offer. They do have another set that's a little, I think it is the 118 degree set, that's made out of a little bit different material, but these are the worker bees. These are the ones that really do the hard, dirty work. And so we're going to give them a try out. We're going to give them a test out. We got some different steels to do, and a little bit of stainless steel. It says stainless right on there. You know, some tool steel. Drill through that. Maybe we'll see what it does. You know, this stuff's going to be pushing the limits of what that bit can do towards those harder steels. And then we have a leaf spring too, so we'll see if it can do that as well. You know, these are just the hardest things that you're going to ask a drill bit to do. You know, as far as the leaf spring goes, sometimes I've had bits that have drilled 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes in leaf spring, and that exact same drill bit on a different piece of leaf spring steel wouldn't even touch it. So we'll find out what happens, and we'll see where it goes from there. So I'm going to chuck one up and we'll get started. Alright, so this is kind of what I would use this drill bit for a lot of the times. I'm not actually showing you how to drill a lock, I'm just showing you that it'll drill through some of the different materials such as pot metal and brass put together here. There's also some springs and some different kinds of things in there. So we'll see how it handles those softer materials, and then we'll move on to some of the harder stuff. so that's just the drill press bottoming out there, but there's some kind of sticky stuff from where I was using this on another project. But it definitely drills right through the brass, drills right through this material, cuts through very nicely, makes, you know, really nice chunks coming out of there. Really nice and smooth, controlled, stable, and, you know, I mean, if you push a bit like this that's so hard, really hard into this stuff, they can break and become brittle, but this one did absolutely fine. So we'll load up something a little bit more difficult. Okay, we got a nice hard hammer here, hammer piece of steel. Let's see what we can do with this. Tighten that up. And this is an older hammer too, so it's probably going to be a little bit harder than your average stuff that you're going to find at the hardware store today. Ready? There you have it. I don't know if it's the mag drill or what that's causing that to magnetize, but yeah, you can see we've got nice big chunks coming off of there, and they're just hanging out. Drilled it really nice. I mean, just a nice controlled, smooth drill. It just drilled right into that, no problem at all. Like I said, I don't know exactly what this would be on the Rockwell hardness scale, but getting up into your tool steels and your hammers, you know, this is a decent quality steel, and for it to just kind of slip through like that, you know, shows that it's a good quality bit. Nice big chunks coming out of it. You're not going to get the big spirals like you're going to get out of a 118 degree bit, but this bit is going to, the flatter angle supports it better to drill into the harder steels and support that pressure. You'll notice I'm not using a lubricant. I highly recommend that you use a lubricant, but I am testing this the way that people actually use tools. You get a guy that's you know, out on the job site that's making 12 bucks an hour. He doesn't care how these drill bits perform. He doesn't care how they get taken care of. He just loads it up in a drill and starts drilling. And that's what they're going to go through. If you so choose to take care of your tools and your products and use a cutting oil or cutting lubricant, or, you know, set up an oil rig with your press, that's great, and I do highly recommend that. But it's not always the case, and especially in the work field, construction, the gravel industry, mining industry, they don't care. They load it up, they've got a problem, they've got something that's costing them millions of dollars, and they need to drill it out and get it done fast. So they just chuck it up and drill it. So that's why I'm showing you that way. You know, we are drilling at a pretty controlled speed in a controlled environment, but we will check this up in the hand drill and test it out that way too. We've got ourselves a 7/8 wrench right here. This is going to be your higher end tool, steel tool alloys, and it's also got a little bit of a rounded shape to it. So we'll get the chance to see how this bit tries to walk, see if it just tries to, you know, go ahead and start digging in right away, or whether it walks around a little bit as we go. That 135 degree split point, and the split point is really what comes in handy here, should allow it to just catch and start digging right in, as opposed to spinning and moving and then causing the drill bit to break. So there again, you have it. It's making about the same kind of size chunks. Everything's not discolored. There's no blacking or bluing or overheating. We still have not applied any lubricant. This is the same drill bit that we used in the very beginning, and it's cutting through this very, very nicely. I'm pretty sure your tool steels are somewhere up there in like the 40s and 50s on the Rockwell hardness scale if you want something to compare that to. The bit itself is probably up there in the 60s. I've seen Cobalt bits, you know, as high as 66. I don't know exactly what the rating is on these, but as far as cutting, you know, 40s and lower 50s Rockwell hardness scale steel, they're going to be doing a really good job about that. So let's try some stainless steel. That can always cause a problem if you've ever went to your local hardware store and had to drill through a sink, or, you know, stainless steel door wrap, or anything stainless steel, and you didn't expect it to be stainless steel. You're in for a rude awakening, because those drill bits are not drilling through it. All you're going to do is waste your money and time and get very frustrated and angry with it. But we're going to go ahead and chuck one up here. Let's see. So yeah, clean through that right there. And stainless steel. This is a door latch protector. So this is actually a fairly thick piece of stainless steel, if you'll take note here. I think this is probably about 1/8 of an inch. So this is much thicker than a sink or something like that. You can see it's got a little bit of thickness to it here. So let's see how we can move this up. See what it does here. So that did a really nice job through the stainless steel. It's good to slow your RPMs down when you're drilling through stainless steel, because you can work heat the working environment here. You can actually heat treat the metal and then make it twice as hard to drill through. But that did it very, very nicely, very quickly, considering we lowered the RPMs down a little bit, and very, very nicely. Very impressed with it. That's an awesome job. To be able to drill the stainless steel at all is quite a feat, let alone do it very nicely, quickly. And again, you're still getting you know, extremely good large shavings and a lot of material that's being removed from that that's not discolored. You can tell when a drill bit's going bad, or a bad drill bit right off the bat, if you start getting discoloration, blue chips and burnt and different colored cuttings. The cuttings will tell you how the drill bit is actually operating. So we'll go ahead and try one more. We got the spring steel to try, and or actually no, we're going to do the socket. We'll do the socket next. Alrighty, we got a hardened impact socket here. Again, it has that kind of round shape to it. So we're going to see if it can manage to bite into that and start drilling, or if it tries to kind of, you know, roll over one side or the other. It's got that round surface, and it's so hard, it's really going to try and take this bit and spin it off the side either direction. So this is a really difficult task, and a really true testament to whether this drill bit is, you know, is everything that it needs to be, with that 135-degree split point, and most importantly, the actual split point on the tip itself. That's what's really going to separate this and help it out in this challenging task, to be able to drill through this. Again, we're not going to really have very much lubrication. Let's just make sure that we tighten this thing up all the way around. And see what we've got. There you have it. This steel is going to kind of spiral a little bit better than the other ones, but again, it just got right in there. It grabbed on that round surface and it just started drilling. You know, moderate pressure, nothing too overbearing, and it just did its job and drilled right through it. Again, no lubrication on any of the test subjects that we've used. Very, very impressive for a drill bit this small to be able to drill through these kinds of materials. You know, and that's what we would be doing. You'd be using a smaller drill bit like this to drill a pilot hole, and if you needed to go bigger from there, you'd just grab a bigger bit and you know, go ahead and drill it from there. So let's try the spring steel. Righty, we got our spring steel set up. Again, I don't know how hard this is. You know, your spring steels are probably going to be up in those 50, you know, 50s in the Rockwell hardness scale. This is some of the hardest stuff that you can drill once it's been heat tempered. And this is a new piece for me. It just came out of the scrap pile, out of the scrap yard. So I don't know exactly how it's going to do with it, but we shall find out. We've got a little bit of an angle down, so that's going to be working against this drill bit and just the spring steel itself. You know, the spring steel is very, very weird to drill. I can't guarantee that it's always going to work on your application, but we'll find out if it's going to work on this one. So very, very nice job. Extremely beautiful cuttings. Look at that right there. I mean, that is just amazing. We didn't hear any chipping. That last little bit that we hear at the end is it just breaking through the bottom side. No lubrication, you know, for just picking up a random leaf spring and putting a drill bit to it. Most of the time, you're not going to be successful. This did a beautiful job of that. Drilled all of our other materials, stainless steel, tool steel, you know, all the different stuff that we've got here. So definitely a good quality bit. I'm very, very impressed with them, and I'd highly recommend them. Maybe we could do one more thing. I'll throw this back in the vise here, and we'll drill it out with one of the larger bits and see how one of the larger bits performs as well. Alright, we got our 29/64. It's not quite a half, but I want to save the ½ inch. I don't want to use it unnecessarily, so that's kind of an oddball size, but it's almost ½ inch to go from, what did we use? 9/64 to 29/64 is a pretty significant change. So we'll just see how these larger bits perform and see what they do. So we really get to see where some lubrication would really come in handy. That little bit of chattering and that last little hang up at the end, that's really just the slow speed and me putting so much force from it, from the drill rig itself. But again, you know what I mean, that's a huge jump to jump. We should have probably staged that up at least one other time, but to just jump from that real small to 9/64 to 29/64, you know, great big spirals, really nice job, and really it hanging up had more to do with me and my the way I'm putting pressure on it than anything else. So definitely an awesome set of bits. I think I can try and chuck this up in a hand drill. We'll see how it does in a hand drill, and that's going to be about it. There's not much more I can throw at it. Again, buy yourself a set of quality bits. Don't buy that stuff from the hardware store. Every time you buy something from the hardware store, it's just as mass-produced as feasibly possible. They don't care about the quality most of the time. I mean, that's why it's in that store. They have to pay that store. That store has to make money. The company that made it had to make money. So many other people had to make money to get that drill bit to you, for you to use it, unwrap it, drill with it 1 or 2 times, and then throw it in the garbage can. Go with a company that makes a set of quality bits like these, and have a good set of drill bits. There's always a good reason to have a good set of drill bits. Cheapos break, or they just don't do the job that they're supposed to do. So for industrial drill bits, I highly recommend them. They work great for me. Let me get a hand drill out here, and we'll give this one last shot. Thanks for watching. There you go. Piece of cake even with a hand drill, and this is the same bit that we used to cut everything else. So definitely check them out. Check out, what's the website? Walter.com, I think. Yep. Walter.com. Get yourself some good drill bits. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, it's the end of the video. You know, help me out and help me help you out. Right below the description box right here is a red subscribe button. Subscribe to me, and then you're going to get the latest and greatest information that I put out. Sometimes it applies to you, sometimes it doesn't. You know, it's just going to at least let you know that we're putting out new and current information. And then right over here is a thumbs up button. Give me a thumbs up. Help this video rank higher in the searches for the search terms that you're using, and let other people be able to see this. You know, that's the best way you can help. Interact. Leave a comment. I will get back with you if I can. and try and help you answer your questions. But the more you interact and post this to Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, and spread this through the social media, the more that allows me to be able to help do more videos. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And subscribe, share, and like. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.